Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine, and I'm going to serve as your facilitator for the session. Again, I want to thank you for joining us. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. So the first, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. Second, your camera and microphone are muted, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our website to register for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week or so. I'd now like to turn it over to our amazing presenters. So up first, we have TWU.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to TWU virtually. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I can share my screen. Like she said, this is Texas Women's University. My name is Heather Smith, and I'm an admissions counselor with TWU. So I'm happy to share a little bit more. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see a QR code, and that will take you to our page to request more information about TWU, and it will be throughout the presentation. So at any time, you'll be able to scan that QR code and fill that link out. But a little bit about TWU. So the first main question that we get is, do we only accept women? And we are fully co-ed. So male, female, and our non-binary students are welcome to attend TWU. We do have a 12% male population that is continuing to grow every year. Another thing that I like to highlight is we are first in Texas and fifth in the nation for diversity. So that means that you have a really high chance of interacting with someone of a different ethnicity, of a different race, different background than you, which we really value at TWU. So we can all learn from each other's experiences and help everyone to make the world a better place. The other thing that I like to highlight is we are a little bit of a smaller campus. So we've got about an 18-to-1 undergraduate student to faculty ratio. A lot of people describe TWU as an incredibly affordable public university, but with a private school feel. So our campus is a little bit smaller, so you can really get to know your professors and they can really get to know you, as well as getting to know other students on campus. Some of the programs that we're really known for is our nursing program. We have one of the best nursing programs in the nation with about a 96% passing rate on the NCLEX, which allows you to become a nurse. And so when people think about TWU, they often think about our nursing program. We also have lots of programs for professional education. Our health sciences, so our dental hygiene program is also really popular. We've got our College of Arts and Sciences and our College of Business, which has programs for you to complete your bachelor's and your master's in a matter of 5 years, which is a really great program. Some of our other popular programs are criminal justice, psychology. We've got a new health psychology program. So whatever you want to study, whatever you're interested in, we've probably got it at TWU. We do have 3 different campuses. Our main campus is located in Denton, Texas, which is just about 40 minutes or so north of Fort Worth and Dallas. So you've still got easy access to those popular cities to attend all those concerts and special events that are happening there. But then you can get back to Denton, which is a little bit more of a college town, smaller college town feel. This is where all of our undergraduate programs are held in the first 2 years of our nursing program. Dallas and Houston are our health science centers, and you can see they kind of look like a hospital, and that's on purpose to kind of mimic the environment that our nursing students and our graduate healthcare programs will be in after they graduate from TWU. All of our other graduate programs are held at our Denton campus. A little bit about the application. So it's pretty simple. It's just a 3-step process right now. It's just submitting that Applied Texas application. Then we've also got a $50 application fee that can be paid online through the Applied Texas or directly to TWU after you submit that. Or we've also got options for application fee waivers as well. So you can get that application fee waived. The other thing that we'll need is your official high school transcripts. So we'll just need those transcripts. Once we get that, then we can process your application. In years past, we have required the SAT or the ACT, but due to COVID-19, that's currently waived for admission. Some of the services on campus, I just want to highlight a couple of them as our counseling services. So these services offer group therapy, couples therapy, individual therapy, and that's all included in your tuition and fees. So there's no out-of-pocket cost for those. We do want to make sure that you're doing well individually, so that you can be a good student, a good brother, sister, whatever your relationship is. And so we want to make sure that you're doing well mentally so that you can be good in those. Another resource I want to highlight is our Career Connections. Through our Career Connections office, you can find internships, do some job shadowing programs. They can help you with your resume and help you with some mock interviews so you can prepare for life after TW, as TW can kind of launch you on that path even afterwards. Some student life programs that we've got lots of different study abroad student organizations. We've got over 100 different student organizations that you can be a part of. And if you can't find one that you are interested in, you can go ahead and start your own. Another part of student life that I like to highlight is our diversity and inclusion. Like I said, we are first in Texas and fifth in the nation for diversity. And so we really value that. We want to highlight all of the different cultures that we have on campus. If you'd like to visit, we've got lots of online options, lots of availability to meet with admissions counselors, on-campus tours or virtual tours as well. So you can find that on our website. And then we'd love for you to follow us on our social media for updates and any other information, just some fun things that are happening on campus. But we hope to have you on campus soon as a pioneer, and we wish you the best of luck in your future education.
Thank you, TWU. Up next, we have Texas Wesleyan University.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining tonight. My name is Brittany Beal and I am part of the freshman enrollment team, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about Texas Wesleyan University. So at Texas Wesleyan University, we are proud of our Smaller, Smarter experience. We are a private liberal arts university, and I'm going to share a little bit about what that means to be smaller, smarter. So we were founded in 1890 as part of the United Methodist Church. We have about 2,500 students on campus. So part of that smaller, smarter experience is that you'll have around 15 students to one professor in your classes. As you move through your academic courses, perhaps junior, senior year, you may only have about 4 or 5 students. So we're a very close, tight-knit community. Your professors know who you are, both as a person, a student, and you just get that one-on-one interaction. The most important part here is that 100%. So 100% of our admitted students receive a merit scholarship, and that is solely based on your application and your high school transcripts. So once you go ahead and submit your application, you get your admissions decision, you're accepted, you automatically qualify for a merit scholarship based on your high school GPA. We have 3 different academic schools here at Texas Wesleyan. The School of Arts and Sciences is our largest academic school. Here you can see a large list of majors offered within this school. It ranges anything from our science program, so any of our pre-med students would be on the track here with biology and biochemistry. We have 3+2 and 3+4 programs where we are partnered with UNT, UT, San Antonio Health Science Center. So if you're looking for that pre-med track, we definitely have great partnerships with larger universities all around Texas. And we also offer many different majors within this academic school. Something that we're very proud of is that we have one-on-one mentorship. So as I said, with our tight-knit community, all students will receive an academic mentor, where this mentor will check in with you throughout the semester to check in, making sure you're enjoying your classes, things are going well. If you're struggling, they're there to help you and check in with you. And of course, connect you with internships and research opportunities, or make that connection if you plan to attend graduate school, or just make sure you're on track for that dream job after graduation. Any of these classes will offer employable skills where you're not just taking the class to take it and check it off the list, but these are actually practical skills that you will be using, out in the career field. Our School of Business Administration, we have anything from business and financing to management and marketing. General business was our #1 major last year and continues to grow in popularity. Something we're very proud of here at Texas Wesleyan is that we are AACSB accredited, which only 5% of business schools in the world have that accreditation, which basically means we've been verified to have a top tier education program. All of our business professors are still active in the field. They're well known to bring guest speakers in to provide those expert experiences where you're networking as a student, which then will help you, in your career or your internship research opportunities. We also offer a MBA program where for a 5th year, you will receive your Master's in Business Administration or Accounting. Our School of Education is for all of our teachers out there, anywhere from early childhood education to grade 6, as well as our high school students. We do offer a bilingual grant for any teachers who are bilingual in English and Spanish. Any exercise science, kinesiology, athletic training, physical therapy, occupational therapy would be within our kinesiology school. Here at Texas Wesleyan, we offer a minor in scuba. So if it is at all interesting to you, I highly recommend going ahead and trying that out. Again, here is your chance to explore and really explore what you're interested in for your career field. We have over 40 plus clubs and organizations, men's, women's, and co-ed sports. Our housing and dining, we have 4 different residence halls, 3 different dining options. Here, as I mentioned, are our first year requirements, a 2.75 GPA. And again, this would qualify for you for that merit scholarship. For our application, there is no application fee. There is no essay required. You can apply either through our Texas Wesleyan website or our Apply Texas. And again, we're here to help you navigate the admissions process and again, answer any questions that you may have about Texas Wesleyan. So here is my information and we're excited to hear from you and thank you for letting me present tonight.
Thank you, Texas Wesleyan University. Up next, we have Southwestern Adventist University.
Hello, everyone. Do you want to know where you belong? Where you'll be the happiest, right? So if you're looking to get away from home, but not out of Texas, we're a good fit for you. And if you're looking to be at a people-loving Christian school, we're a good fit for you, all right? If you don't mind a vegan and vegetarian only cuisine, oh, we're definitely a good fit for you. See, here at Southwestern Adventist University, we're very diverse. Now, I know a lot of schools say that, right? But we're small enough to where it's actually noticeable. And we're pretty affordable for a private university. We may not be exactly what you think you want from a university, but we just might be what you need. My name is Velarde, and I'm an enrollment counselor here at Southwestern Adventist University, and you should definitely ask me about our free applications. Right, now that we've got the pleasantries out of the way, let's break this down, okay? I'm going to show you exactly how easy it can be, all right? First things first, you simply need to apply with at least a 2.75 GPA. I'm gonna pause for a screenshot, right? You got that? Perfect. Now, 2.75 GPA or higher, and then boom, you're gonna get accepted. Plain and simple, right? We don't need to wait. We don't need to write a book about your life. I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure it would be fantastic, right? But just send us your transcript, and that's all there is to it. That was easy. I know. Now, it's not hard, okay? Let's talk about easy money, right? If you held any leadership positions in high school, like class officer or club president, that's $4,000 in scholarships you qualify for, right? We call it the leadership scholarship. If you've held a leadership position outside of high school, like church leadership, right? Or Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, things like that, that's still $4,000 leadership scholarship you qualify for. You just have your sponsor send us an email saying, I was there, I saw it, it happened, it's legit, right? And then boom, you've got the scholarship. You want to find out if you qualify, just hit us up. Call us at this number right here, 817-202-6794. It's that simple. That was easy. I know, right? It's not supposed to be complicated, really. Let's talk more money, right? Let's say you have anything between 2.75 and a 3.95. You qualify anywhere from $8,000 in scholarships to $32,000 in merit scholarships, okay? So if you call us and you tell us what your GPA is, we can actually let you know exactly how much money you qualify for. And no, you don't have to apply for these scholarships. It's really simple. That was easy. I know. Now, listen, this is what I do, right? I love this. Guess what else? Incoming freshmen, you get a $3,000 boost, right? You don't have to apply for the scholarship. As long as you're an incoming freshman from Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, or Oklahoma, you're going to qualify, all right? You just don't forget to make your commitment deposit by May 1st to lock it in. And that's all there is to it, all right? It's so simple. Now, let's say, for example, you want to be a nurse. That's great, because that happens to be our top program here, all right? According to Niche, we have one of the top 25 nursing programs in the state of Texas. To be specific, 21, right? But do you think it's hard to get into nursing? Perhaps, right? But you only need a 3.0 GPA to get in the program here. As a matter of fact, if you have a 3.5 or higher, you are guaranteed into the nursing program. And did I mention we're a small school? So you know what that means? That means you getting into the program, it's not going to be a ridiculous amount of competition because it's not that many students here, right? That was easy. I know. Let's say you're interested in communication, right? Like radio, TV, film. Not bragging, but bragging a little bit. We win things, you know, like 2 Emmys, for example, for short animated films. And we want more, okay? So we're going to need your skills, your talents for that, all right? It's so easy. Getting into college with no sense of purpose, that really hurts. It hurts emotionally and financially, and we don't want that for you, okay? That's why we have a whole department dedicated to making sure that your major is exactly what your dream career is, or at least it has to deal with whatever your dream career is. So just call us to find out if your major is right for you. That sounded like a commercial for a second, but listen, it's that simple, okay? So what are you waiting for? Just apply already. It's free. You're probably sitting on your couch trying to multitask, being on your phone and watching me try my absolute hardest to help you live your best life. I mean, come on, what have you got to lose? Nothing. You know what? You can call us this week, all right? I'll give you the number again. It's 817-202-6794. That was easy. Right, I said that every time. All right, so give us a call. This is what we do. We just want to help you to make sure that your dreams become your reality. All right, so give us a call and find out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I do want to encourage all of our attendees, again, feel free to use that Q&A button to ask any questions you may have of any of our amazing panelists. Also want to introduce our next presenter. So up next, we have Austin College.
Everyone. Lardy, I'm going to try and match your energy with my cup of coffee here. We'll see how that goes. So, hi, my name is Sarah Hussein. I am one of the assistant directors of admission here at Austin College. Austin College is a small private liberal arts college located in Sherman, Texas. Sherman is about 35 to 40 miles north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So we've got all the perks of having a big metropolitan area right in our backyard while having all of the smaller perks and amenities of being in a small college town. Sherman, of course, is a very historic city within the state of Texas, but it's nice to have the local connections as well for our students. Speaking a little bit about academics, I mentioned that we are a liberal arts and sciences college. Unpacking that a little bit, because you never quite know what that term might mean in the state of Texas. We prioritize our students exploring all of their academic curiosities across a wide variety of disciplines. So you're not required to declare a major, minor, etc. until the end of your second year. So especially in those first couple years, you have a lot of freedom to pick and choose classes in areas that you're interested in before you have to commit to anything. Within that time, you're going to be taking classes across all of the different departments on campus to help make you a more well-rounded and marketable person, not just as a student, but in all of your life that's going to come after that. So as an employee, as an employer, all the skills that you learn as an undergrad are going to be applicable to that. And Austin College is a great place to get that experience. Because we are a smaller college of about 1,300 students making up our student body, that means we have a very tight-knit student-faculty ratio as well. So we have about 13 students to 1 professor. Your average class size is going to be between 10 to 15. And in your last couple years of AC, you can expect your upper level classes and your senior level classes especially to be a handful of students at most. Having attended a similar size college, my senior year, I was in 2 classes of me, 1 other girl, and my professor. And so that's exactly what you could expect at Austin College as well. Additionally, from your academics, we understand, and professors first and foremost understand, that learning doesn't just happen within the classroom, right? It doesn't just happen in a lecture style setting where you feel like maybe you're being talked at. It happens while doing a study abroad trip, field work, internships, externships, all these different forms of learning and forms of communicating, interacting with your community. So here at AC, we do have an applied learning experience requirement. And what that means is that while just to graduate, you're going to have completed one of these 5 aspects of applied learning that are here on your screen: an internship, an integrated learning project, which is essentially some sort of real life experience simulated in a classroom setting. Undergraduate research is a really popular one. About 60% of our students are involved in some sort of research in the arts, in the performing arts, in the humanities, in the sciences. International experience is probably our most popular route for our students. About 80% of our students go abroad year in and year out. We have partnership programs with international universities that ensure that your scholarships and financial aid are going to transfer over, and that your credits are going to transfer back and forth as well. And then, of course, community-based learning experiences are community service that matters, because we're all guilty of being a part of a couple service organizations in high school where you just have to get to 20 hours per year, and the service hours that you might be doing might not mean that much. But in a college community, interacting directly with the city of Sherman, we want to make sure that our students are being placed into meaningful community service positions. In terms of student life, our campus is very vibrant. I chalk that up to us being a very tight-knit residential community. About 80% of our students live on campus all 4 years. Our students are also hyper involved in a wide variety of organizations, everything from academic groups like Mock Trial, Model UN, Young Business Perkins of America, Pre-Health Society, to interest-based groups like Baking Club, Fishing Team. We've got esports, pep band, chorales, and symphony orchestras. We're also a Division III college, so if you're interested in continuing the sport that you love at a collegiate level while still getting a pretty academically rigorous education, Austin College is for sure a college that you should be considering. And as a prospective student, here's some information you're going to want to know. We accept 3 different forms of the application that are listed here, and they are all free to apply. So no need to stress out trying to save up money just to apply to colleges. We also are a holistic review college. So that means we, as a admissions counselor and an admissions committee, are reading every word on every page of your application, trying to give you the best possible way to show us who you are, as much as you possibly can on a 2D application, So we're not comparing you to another student and saying, we have to choose one or the other. We're evaluating you within the context of you, and we're looking at all of your extracurriculars, your letters of recommendation, anything that's going to help supplement your stats and numbers and figures. We're also very proudly the first college in Texas to offer a test optional pathway. This has been going on for several years now. This isn't something new that we're doing in the midst of a pandemic. So if you're a student that doesn't want to or is not able to submit standardized test scores, your SAT or ACT, please just send us an additional essay instead, and we'll look at that in lieu of your test scores. We also have a finish in 4 guarantee, which means that if you hold up your end of the student bargain and attend your classes and do decently, there's no reason why you shouldn't graduate in 4 years or less. We feel so confidently in that if for some reason you're not able to graduate when it comes to 4 years, we will waive the costs of any additional courses you need to complete your degree. For scholarships and financial aid, the biggest thing to note here is that every student who submits an application to Austin College is automatically screened for a general academic scholarship up to $31,000 per year, which is more than half of our cost of attendance, to be honest. So this is a great way for you to get awarded for the hard work that you've put into high school and into your education. And about 75% of our students do receive these scholarships. We also encourage everybody to fill out the FAFSA, which opens in October of each year. This helps us determine what financial aid you might qualify for. That is the end of my spiel, guys. Thank you for considering Austin College. Please reach out to our office and to your admissions counselor, especially if you'd like to visit. If you have any more questions about our campus, we'd love to connect with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin College. So now that concludes our presentation portion of our college fair, but we will have a Q&A portion for our amazing panelists. So I encourage all of our panelists to feel free, turn your cameras back on. I'm going to pose a question and they will respond in the order in which they presented. So the first question here is, what advice would you give to someone going through the college admissions process? So we'll start with Texas Women's University.
Yeah, the best piece of advice that I could give someone going through this process is to take advantage of all of the people that you have in your corner. So whether that is your high school counselors, the admissions counselors of the different universities that you're looking into, or parents, alumni from the university, just reaching out and taking advantage of meeting with them and coming to understand what that college is all about. Getting the student perspective as well as the admissions perspective is really important. So yeah, just really taking advantage and asking for help from all of those people that are rooting for you and hoping that you succeed in your education.
I would definitely say that first and foremost, not being afraid to ask questions. There are no stupid questions. You don't have, a limited amount of questions that you can ask. We're here to help as enrollment counselors, and, call, text, email, however you prefer. Just always, if you have a question, ask us. We can help you. If you have to ask it again, that's fine. And also, once you are an admitted student, completing that new student checklist sooner rather than later, because then you'll be hearing from us even more. So just making sure you get through all those steps, and then you can enjoy the summer before you head to college. And of course, visiting campus, whether it be virtual or in person. We do have a Smarter Youth Scholarship where we can give you some extra scholarship money just by completing, again, that new student checklist.
So advice I would give for any student entering the college process is to know yourself. And what I mean by that is understand, or at least have a grasp of what your dream is and what your passions are, your sense of purpose, I would say, because it doesn't make sense to spend money you don't have on a degree you don't like to work in a career field that, if not right away, eventually you can't stand. And then because, you're a younger generation, you end up having a midlife crisis a lot earlier at like 35 because, you're just unhappy and you can't figure that out. There's a lot of students that find themselves going to college, chasing the expectations of other people and not their own. So I would definitely encourage that you understand your reason why you're going to college. Because then everything else will make sense. If I know this is why I'm doing it, then I'm more willing to get up out of bed in the morning and more willing to ask for help when I need it, and to look for resources and different things like that. When you have that level of motivation, just everything starts aligning for you. You start finding answers because now you're asking the right questions, and you start finding the right solutions because you have a better understanding of what kind of problems or how to face your problems and things like that. So I would highly, highly recommend that you understand why, and that you know what makes you happy, and have an understanding of what your purpose is. That would be my advice.
I think everybody here has kind of covered the bulk of the good advice. Yeah, I especially want to echo the part about asking questions. Even if you don't know what you don't know, reach out to the admissions offices of the colleges that you're looking at, and even just introduce yourself. And I know that I'm somebody where I ask guiding questions a lot of times. So if a student shoots me an email and just says like, hey, my name is Sarah, I'm from Dallas, Texas, looking at Austin College, I'll ask you, like, have you taken a look at our application, our scholarships? Have you applied to local scholarships in your community? We're here to help make the process easy for you as well. So please reach out. That's my biggest advice, is connect with colleges that you're interested in and take advantage of all the opportunities that are on our website for virtual visits, campus visits, things like that, because we so wish we could come to everybody's high schools and visit you, hopefully soon.
Thanks for your responses. Next question. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Well, with COVID, it looks a little bit different right now. But one of our favorite traditions is called the block party. And so just a couple of days before classes start during the fall semester, we have this huge party on campus where our mascot Oakley comes, where we've got lots of live music and entertainment. That's kind of what Denton is also known for, is our live entertainment in the square in Denton. And so we've got lots of live entertainment, lots of food. And it's really just to get everyone connected and to get everyone excited for the upcoming semester. So we hope to do that again this year. So.
We also have a few events here on campus that, are there to bolster student spirit and just have that sense of community. One of them is the President's Picnic, where everyone gathers, and it's kind of to kick off the school year. New Student Orientation Week always has a lot of different events. Another very well-known tradition here at Texas Wesleyan is that before a big exam, a big game, competition, our mascot is Willie the Ram, and we have a statue on campus, and students are known to rub Willie's horns for good luck. So whether it be before a big game or a test, you'll often see students rubbing Willie the Ram's horns on campus.
All right. Well, one of my favorite events that we have here is something called the pageant, and no, it has nothing to do with people dressing up in really nice gowns or anything like that. But it's more it's an Easter thing that we do every Easter here, and it's the entire campus dresses up in like biblical era, and we set everything up like a market during the biblical era, and you get to walk to different sections and journey through the life of Christ and things like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see Jesus with a face mask. That would be really interesting there. Angels with a face mask, right? But so that's really nice to see. They've got a lot of really good actors that come out, and the entire community comes out. There's all sorts of animals there. Camels. I love camels. But that, and they've been begging me for the last few years to play Lucifer, or Satan rather. So apparently Satan is British, so they would prefer to be me. But I mean, we've got a lot of other events, but that hands down is definitely one of my favorites.
At Austin College, we've got a couple of unique traditions. My favorite one, though, is pretty simple. We've got this really pretty entryway into campus. It's picturesque. You know, it's got our college plaque and it's got the landscaping, yada, yada. There's some great fountains there. It's 2 rows of fountains. Everybody refers to it as its formal name, of course, for admissions purposes. You guys know it as the Williams Founders Plaza. Wink, wink. It's just called that. But on campus for our students, they're referred to as the birthday fountains. And it's because every year when it's around your birthday and you're walking around that neck of the woods, you know to either not wear your favorite outfit or definitely don't wear white because if your friends catch you around here, they're going to do everything in their power to throw you into the fountain on your birthday. It sounds a little bit hazy. It's a really fun campus tradition. It's almost like by the time you graduate, yes, Velarde, you got it. It's almost like if you have made it your 4 years at Austin College and your friends haven't thrown you in at least once, they probably could have done a better job. And especially around like the winter month, or sorry, not winter months, the hot summer months in Texas, people are almost like crawling around those fountains, almost wishing somebody would throw them in for an excuse to, you know, take a dip in the water. But that is my favorite for sure.
Thank you all. One final question. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
I would probably say an interesting fact about TWU is one of our mottos or things that we go by is we learn to do by doing. And so specifically, I'll talk about our nursing and our dental hygiene programs. But our nursing program, as I had talked about in the presentation, that the upper level nursing program is at our Dallas or Houston campus. So you're in the medical district of Dallas and Houston. So you're already in that kind of environment. You're in those hospital type buildings already. But then also our dental hygiene program. Our students, we've actually got a dental clinic on campus. And so if you're interested in doing dental hygiene, you can actually work on students with some professional supervision, obviously, but for people here in the Denton community. And so people here in Denton can come get free services at our dental hygiene clinic by dental hygiene students. And that's kind of mirrored throughout all of our programs.
So here on campus, often when you're doing a tour or browsing some of our fun facts, you will see a list of famous Wesleyans that have graduated. And one of them is The Undertaker. And yes, from the WWE. So he is one of our famous Wesleyans, our wrestler. And funny enough, wrestling is one of our newest sports added to Texas Wesleyan. So we have quite a few famous Wesleyans, and if you join us on one of our tours, you will be willing, you'll find out more about some of our famous people who have walked through campus.
I love The Undertaker, by the way. So you said that and I felt it. And so an interesting fact about us is our Dinosaur Museum. We actually have a Dinosaur Museum at the university. We have the world's largest online database for dinosaur bones. A lot of our students, as well as people from the community, we actually have an opportunity for high school students. We've even had students from other colleges that go with us. We have exclusive rights to go on dino digs at a reservation. And we go every year and we take a group of our students, high school students, sometimes middle school, other universities, and they go on a dino dig. And I think a few years ago, they found a really large Triceratops skull. It's really big. They said it was a teenager, and that is a creature I would ride into battle. So they're very massive. And it's also a job that students can get here on campus, taking photos for the online database, as well as working in the Dinosaur Museum, cleaning bones and stuff like that. And so you're behind a glass wall. And so when they give tours and people come and visit, and they can see you working and doing things like that. So it's pretty cool. That's one of the cool things we have here.
Okay, I'm on for Austin College for this one because of the fact of our mascot. Austin College is one of 4 colleges in the United States that has the kangaroo mascot. I think it's the only kangaroo college in Texas. We've been the Kangaroos for well over 100 years. It all started at a football game in the very early 20th century at Austin College campus in Sherman. Legend has it that the visiting college was Baylor. We certainly wouldn't go anywhere near that situation in football now, but it might have been possible then. The visiting college got a big lead, and in the second half, Austin College rallied, scored several touchdowns, and won the game going away. Late in the game, an elderly lady in the stands or the bleachers or the chairs or whatever they had at a football game at that time leapt to her feet and screamed, "We're hopping all over them like kangaroos." And there was a reporter from the Sherman newspaper there. He scribbled it down, and it was in the newspaper article about the game, and it was the buzz around campus, and it stuck. And so for well over a century, we've been the Kangaroos. There you have it.
Nice, nice. Well, I want to thank you all for sharing and responding to those questions. With that said, that concludes our virtual college fair, but I do have a few closing items. So the first is, after our session today, a survey will appear on your browser. It's about 4 questions or so, but please respond to it. It will be very helpful for us. Also want to remind you that you can sign up for additional sessions. And then finally, our sessions today will be recorded, so you can visit strivescan.com/Texas to review that recording. With that said, I want to thank all of our amazing panelists for participating today, but also for all of our attendees for attending our session. I hope you all have a great evening.